So in this video we're going to see how to bring up an FTP server in Docker environment using a Docker Compose file. So if you want to learn more, stick with me. Hello and what's up guys, Medium Guy here. I hope you're enjoying my videos on my channel and you're learning more day by day. So in this video we're going to see how to create an FTP server in Docker environment with a Docker Compose file and many configurations that we're going to see shortly in this video. So right before I start this video, just don't forget to give a visit to my channel and watch other videos about other cool technologies that I'm sure you're going to find interesting. So without any delay, let's get down to work. So basically FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol, is a network level protocol which we use to transfer files between a server to the client. So as you can see over here, I'm in the official Docker Hub page for the Alpine FTP server image, which is maintained by user Delfer. I hope I'm spelling this correctly. So if I scroll down over here, I've got the usage section that is giving an example command to run with the Docker CLI, but that is not what I'm going to do because I have created a Docker Compose file out of this, and that is the way that I'm going to actually run this container. So in the configuration section, we've got the available environment variables that we can pass to this container. So we can define the users, which are actually the users that can make FTP connections to this server, the address, which is the external address that this FTP server will be available on, which I'm going to ignore for demonstration purposes, the minimum and the maximum ports, which are the port numbers that will be used for passive connections that will be available for the clients that are making the FTP connections. So the users environment variable will be a space separated list of the users, which over here we've got some examples. So if I move to the Docker Compose that I was talking to you about, so if I say nano Docker Compose file, over here you can see that I've got only one service, that is the FTP server, which is using the exactly same image with the latest tag. And for some reason I wasn't able to expose the ports normally that we'll do in a normal container, and I was forced to set the network mode to host to be able to access all the ports from my machine. So if you guys find any logical reason that this wouldn't work and actually it wouldn't expose the port to anyone, just go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section so that other people would also know about the reason. So in the environment variables section, I've basically defined two users with exact same passwords, separating with the pipe character. And also over here I have persisted the volumes that will be created by default for user 1 and 2, so their data will be persisted and will be available in the next uses. So basically /ftp is the default location that the directories for users will be created, but shortly we'll see how to change this and set it to our desired locations. So if I save this, exit this, I'll say docker compose up-d. Basically I'll pass the -d switch to run in detached mode and free up my terminal, so I'll be able to say docker compose ps to see if the container has been created and is up and running. And so basically over here you can see that because we set the network mode to host, Docker Compose didn't create any networks and only created the container itself. So if I say docker compose logs -f to follow and --tail to grab the 100 lines, so as you can see in the logs, the users have been created and their passwords have been set. So basically right now we should be able to make FTP connections to this server with each of these users. So in order to make FTP connections, I'm going to use FileZilla. You can use any other tools that you would prefer. So over here, the first thing, I'm going to create my connection. So in the protocol, I'm going to choose the FTP The host will be the IP address of the server that my FTP server is running on. The default port will be 21, which I can leave empty because it will use the 21 as it is the default port. I'll leave the encryption as the only use plain FTP, which is insecure, and it is highly recommended to put this server behind TLS encryption in production use cases. So the logon type will be normal, and the username and password will be exactly the same thing that I provided in the Docker Compose file. So if I hit connect, you can see that I have made a successful connection to the FTP server, and by drag and drop on this section, I am able to upload files to the directory that belongs to me. So right now the problem is that if I have any other users on this FTP server, and if I go up a directory, I can see the other users' files over here, which is actually not the thing that we'd want normally. So in order to solve this problem, I'll go back to the Docker Compose file. I'll say nano docker compose. Over here on the users section, I can pipe this with other values, like I can say /home/1, which will be the base directory for user 1, and also I can pipe this to a number that will be the user ID for this exact username. So I can do the exact same for the user 2. I'm just gonna copy paste this over here. I'll change this to 2, also this one to the second username. So right now I should change the volumes that are mounted to /home instead of /ftp, which is the default directory. So basically the thing that happened over here, I defined the base directory for the users that I'm defining over here with the user IDs that will be set to these exact users. So I'll hit save, hit Ctrl X, Docker Compose down and Docker Compose up-d again. And if I say ls-lh, you can see that the directories are now owned by the user IDs that I defined in the Docker Compose file. So right now I should be able to set the ownerships of these directories. So as a result, the clients that have made the FTP connections won't be available to see or download the files that belong to other users. So by using the chmod command, I'm going to change the permissions for the group and other users, and I'm going to remove the read and execute permissions from these users. So I'll hit enter, and I'll do exactly the same for the one directory. And right now if I say ls-la, you can see that the read and execute permissions are removed from other users and group users. So again, if I go to the FileZilla and try to connect to the FTP server, you can see that my files has been persisted successfully, and also I am able to upload files to my own directory. So basically I have connected with the user 2, and if I go ahead and change my user, I'll set it to 1, and if I hit connect, you can see that I'm in the 1 directory. Also I am able to upload to my own directory. But with this user, if I try to access the user 2's directory, you can see that I cannot reach the files inside it, as I'm getting the relevant errors over here. So with this trick, each user will be able to access their own directories and files and directories inside that directory. So that's all for this video. I hope you learned something new in this one. As always, I'll put all the files and configurations and everything that I used and created in this video in my GitHub repository, and I'll put the link down in the description section so you can access those files easily. So if you find the content useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to give a visit to my channel and watch other videos about other cool technologies. And also, if you have any questions, any recommendations, of course go ahead and ask me in the comment section down below. And if you find the content useful, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And with that, I hope to see you in the next videos.